Houston Rockets being introduced as we get set for the
forward from St. John's.
up with Şengün set to jump. Young team, 21, 22. Some of the star players for this Spurs team. For the Spurs. Wembanyama will open with a three and knock it down.
Oh, that's just a 7'4" guy. A couple dribbles, raising up for a three. Nothing special.
His 89th three-pointer, and it's been a more confident approach to shooting the three from Wemby of late. Şengün's got that in his game, too. Not at the same percentage. Durant in a spot he loves to get to. Short, good chase down by the Rockets. Tari Eason threw it away. The St. Houston team
between Wemby and KD, virtually unblockable.
Aaron Fox free for three. Awesome rebound by Jabari Smith Jr. There's the Houston team at 39 and 23. It's a pretty good road record, over 500. Şengün, a quick one over Wembanyama. And in this era where there's a stat for everything, the shots that he alters and changes are the ones that show up just as much. Will show and go to the goal.
So knocking down that first three. Now on a little yo-yo. Do I come out and guard him because he just knocked down a three? He reacts, and Wemby goes right around him. Look at this matchup here between Castle and KD.
Wemby cuts down. Şengün goes to the basket and hits a tight reverse inside. Out brings Şengün. Castle back the other way. Durant with a block.
He's showing off that 7-foot frame and reach.
KD for three. He goes down. Shot doesn't. Wembanyama on the board. Spurs the push. Champagnie waiting in the corner for three. Got it back. Castle, deep bump. Let's see, and the actor on the floor. Let's see what they'll call here. Foul on the Rockets. It'll be side out for the Spurs. Look in the Rockets. Fox quick up over Şengün. Rebound by Amen Thompson. At age 22, continues to expand his game, and Reg does more with the ball as this season has gone on.
Well, obviously, no Fred VanVleet out with the ACL injury that he suffered in September.
Durant on the drive. Wembanyama for a second triple. Shorty got his own board. He got fouled and got the basket. Victor 8, Houston 4 for the Spurs so far. Reed Shepherd checking in as Amen Thompson goes to the bench. Shepherd continuing to expand his role and his importance on this Houston team as we get down to the final quarter of the season. Şengün, Wembanyama. Şengün, fully ball inside. Couldn't finish. Champagnie the ball.
What's great for the Spurs and Wembanyama, you can single coverage Şengün down low, but now with the miss here, you don't have to bring help, which doesn't unleash the shooters. Reed Shepherd for the Rockets.
It's moved by Eason. Finney Smith from the right side knocks down a three-pointer.
Saw that for so many years by Dorian Finney-Smith in Dallas and with the Lakers, and now here with the Rockets.
With 6 years starting his career as an undrafted player with the Mavericks. Castle will step back, get some space, and knock down the two. Stephon Castle in his second year out of UConn, averaging 16 points and 5 boards a game.
Houston is electing to put a smaller player on Wembanyama, so that puts Şengün on one of these guards. He is just going to be outmatched trying to guard someone away from the hoop.
Bumped by Finney-Smith. Şengün knocks down the two. A little time and space as Wembanyama try to recover. Hit ahead, inside Fox for two.
I don't like the defensive effort here to start this ball game by Houston. Very lackadaisical here.
It's a good defensive Rockets team. 5th in defensive efficiency, 3rd in points allowed per game. Durant draws a couple. Şengün pitches. Shepherd one more. Finney-Smith too much. Spurs ball. So this Houston team, we mentioned the record sitting at 39-23, been good on the road all year and good of late, leading the league on the glass. The starters play a lot, Reg, and that's something I think we'll all be watching as Ime Udoka tries to get them.
Build the bench has been non-existent all season long for Houston.
Castle finds the rookie. Dylan Harper moved it around and the three-points from the field. Shepard and Şengün doing a little two-man here. Wembanyama out, Luke Cornett in. Şengün looks for a shot a bit more. Vassell not stopping the ball. Harper. A three for the rookie. Generation of the last 10 years or so were inspired with Becky Hammond. He's put on the front row of the bench as one of the lead assistants with Greg Popovich. When Pop was coaching the Spurs. Shepard three is good. Reed Shepard knocks down the three. And think about Becky being a glass ceiling breaker in that regard. Jenny Busick in Indiana with the Pacers. Lindsey Harding with the Lakers. A couple of the women who are assistant coaches in the NBA. Let alone all the good coaches in the W as well. Harper responds to the Shepard three with one of his own, and the Spurs range back up by 9.
The ball movement has been on point here in this first quarter for the Spurs. Every time they get 1 foot in the paint, spraying it out for threes there, Mike.
And Thompson back in. Durant. That double comes early. Now it's Castle. Challenging KD, rises up for 2.
I mean, good beat. But a great O there by one of the best to ever do it.
Kevin Durant closing in on Michael Jordan. Most points scored on that list. Closing into number 5. Foul. Shooting the threes. Finney-Smith got in the space of effort to get it. Well, you talk about Kevin Durant and 4-3. One more coming up.
How good has Devin Vassell been in terms of shooting the basketball over the last 2 weeks? Absolutely on fire from three-point line. Shooting over 60%.
So to 4th all-time in the Spurs three-point list. Castle picking up Durant. Well out. Shepard free from that spot again. Knew it was off. Chased it down. Tried to save it. Did not. Had a foot out of bounds. It'll be Spurs ball. Keldon Johnson is checked in for San Antonio. You talked about Ime.
Good contributions night in, night out from a lot of different players.
Cornett couldn't catch the Castle feed inside on the turnover. The hit ahead by Shepard. Clint Capella finds Thompson, the high riser. Beautiful finish.
The athleticism there by Thompson.
Thompson twins. A men here, Asar with the Detroit Pistons. So fun to watch. Johnson quick up. Finney-Smith. The rebound here for Houston. Thompson has played some point. Go back to the start of the season. We were in Oklahoma City running the show. Got it back. He'll get himself to the free throw line.
And he's becoming more comfortable.
No, you never had a shot that looked off. One more coming up at the line. Check it on tonight. The tunnel, stay warm. Saw that over the last few games. Of course, Victor had the start of this season shorted by that left calf injury, missing 14 of the first 35. Castle three after Cornett gave him that screen. And Clint Capella, been around a long time now, 12 years in the league. Second tour of duty with the Rockets. Harper the foul, holding Durant.
And Bot trying to body Kevin Durant down low. Where he wants. Now this is a good matchup for Carter Bryant going against KD.
Bryant checking in. Durant looses him right. Help is coming every time. Shepard lets the flyby go by. Capella goes up to keep it alive. Cornett the rebound. And back to Carter Bryant. He out of Arizona who had a good performance the other night. That come from behind win over the Clips. Rockets come back the other way, down 6, about 9 minutes left. Or gone by, I should say, in this first quarter. Durant in that spot where he scored so many points. Could find a Thompson. One more, Finney-Smith for 3.
Yeah, but KD should get the hockey assist on attention on the Charlotte Hornets. That is one high-octane offense led by Knipple, LaMelo Ball, Bridges.
And the screen going to go the other way. Foul. Spurs 46-17. That's 2 behind Oklahoma City in the loss column. lead by one as the second quarter is underway. Johnson working inside, and then Thompson stayed his ground, but Johnson converts.
What a luxury if you're Mitch Johnson to have Keldon Johnson coming off the bench here. Instant offense.
Contested shot that time by De'Aaron Fox. Keldon Johnson, 232 starts in his first 5 seasons. Now adapted to that bench role the last couple of years. Out of the corner, Fox inside. Good sense to let Şengün fly by.
And look, I know the Spurs, they have a lot of weapons, 7 players scoring in double figures. Turnover here by the Rockets.
But by Shepard.
The success of this team, De'Aaron Fox is going to have to be special come playoff time.
Şengün working on Wembanyama, who goes window. Give me a little Tim Duncan off the window.
Double figures now from Victor.
Used to love that. Like every first quarter you watch the Duncan game, he would just put one in off the window just to kind of set you up for the rest of the night. Thompson hitting the 3 from the outside. That's his 21st three-point hit of the season. Wemby from Fox. He just has stretches where he dominates the game. Jabari Smith, no. Şengün the board. Couldn't get that quick scramble 3. Fox fouls Şengün on the outside. His second. After that calf injury is something we've been watching. Played the back-to-back and really left it on the floor. Very emotional game, as he pointed out, as Shepard hits on the runner. The comeback against the Clippers, Victor was emotionally spent. Tucker left everything out there. One of the best games he was involved in. He was about to pass out, he said in the interview afterwards. This is the 3 there. Champagny the board. Castle wide open. Got them all. Feels like the start of the game. San Antonio is getting clean looks. Spurs shooting 55%. Rockets not too far behind at 52% from the field. Alperen Şengün and Wemby. Very creative to get the shot blocker away.
You see he went right at his body, and that kind of negates the size there.
And Şengün picks up the foul. Quick to him.
Well, you got to play angles when you're going against the shot blocker.
Right.
Before, he played 39 minutes, had 38 points. He easily could have sat on the edge out there on the floor. So I love him always showing emotion.
Spurs have led by 10. They lead by 6. Big Shepard and Wembanyama did not go away. Harper, the push.
Defense here by the Spurs. Steal there by Wembanyama. This is going to be a turnover because
and going after Shepard both times.
Look
the
at
back
this.
by Harper. One more out of the corner. Champagny, Johnson. Timeout, Houston. 7-7 in the quarter. Look at the bench points they are getting with both Harper and Johnson in double digits. They both average double digits. Reggie alluded to it earlier, how good this Spurs team is in spreading the scoring, even with the 2 stars that they have. I think Jabari Smith knocks down the jumper. Step the tide here for the Rockets. Reed Shepard pressured as he was bringing the ball up. 3 turnovers thus far in this second quarter. One of the stories Houston's going to watch here down the stretch as they look to develop who's going to be carrying the ball down court on a night-in, night-out basis. Stephon Castle with the basket. Durant remains out. Şengün minus 22 in the first 17 minutes of this one. Smith again.
2 back-to-back tough buckets there by Smith. Nice job.
Tari Eason at 6'8". Really, you're 6'8", you're giving up 8 inches to a player. He had Wemby first, then Şengün, and Smith's got the rebound. So Eason, I should say. Attacking Champagny. It was like Wembanyama wasn't looking, but he... Bryant will be called for the foul as he hit Smith.
And again, Should have won the Defensive Player of the Year. All he's going to have to do is qualify year in and year out because he is that good defensively.
1.1 more blocks than the player's second per game. And as we were talking about before, Rich, it's the shots that he alters that never show up in a stat sheet. Even in analytics, it's hard to find those. Vassell off of the three. Şengün gets the board. 7-point game. Durant back in for the Rockets. Good job by the rookie Harper. Would not let the handoff come to Eason. KD comes to get it. Often sees two when he gets in the circle, and there they come. Eason the three. Şengün is battling Wembanyama. The rebound for the Spurs and Carter Bryant. Castle. And one. 21-year-old Castle at the line. Dylan Harper 20, Castle 21, Wembanyama 22, Tristan Champagnie 24, old man Devin Vassell at 25.
Think about that.
And De'Aaron Fox at 28 in the prime of his basketball career. Good wraparound pass by Durant. Inside Thompson, deterred by Cornette. Clock at 6. Nice reverse finish by Tari Eason.
Good move. Little Euro step to get to his reverse.
Rockets have led only briefly by 1. It's been mostly Spurs tonight in that 5 to 8 range, led by as many as 11. Devin Vassell pulling back and short. KD on the rebound, 37 years old. Of course, the big offseason acquisition. He's played a variety of roles this year for Houston, including having to be more vocal because of the injuries to Fred VanVleet and Steven Adams. Şengün bodying with Cornette and one. Şengün took the... Yes, sir. If Şengün missed that, Spurs will get this. The Rockets play more of a playoff style of basketball all year round. Like post up, be physical, body, not a ton of threes. Could this be a team that is postseason ready as they play the back end of the regular season?
Absolutely. We're seeing a lot of that coming down the stretch from them as well in terms of their rotation.
Yeah.
Udoka has been very adamant about making sure that guys know how many minutes and where they're going to be night in and night out.
Şengün going to work, lost the handle, got it back. KD 3. Too much. Volleyball off of count. Thompson almost took advantage of the break, but I guess the ball doesn't lie. Hello, Rasheed. It was nice to quote Rasheed Wallace once every couple of weeks. The ball don't lie. Inside of 5 here in this first half. Castle, beautiful work. Couldn't finish over Eason. Thompson looked good in that first quarter, playing that primary ball handler, Şengün, who turns it over a lot. Response 9th in the league, 3.3 turnovers per game. Mitch Johnson calling timeout.